How you doing, you guys? I'm Tasha with F.R.Y.D Films, and this is Polar Songs. Here on Polar Songs, we will be finding people on the streets and getting life lessons that they've learned while out here, and seeing how it can help the youth of today make better choices in life. Okay, how you doing, Mr. Raymond? I'm Tasha.
Tasha, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I am making it another day in God's beautiful planet.
Amen.
How are you?
I'm great. Can you go ahead and tell me about yourself?
I'm 45. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas.
Well, let me ask you, what circumstances led you to being in this situation?
If I was to be honest, I've kind of been homeless my entire life. I've never really actually had my own this or that. I've had my name on a lot of places and shared a lot of places with people, but I never actually had my own place like that. Like, this is my house. This is where I go. I never had that. Never in all the years that I can remember. Essentially, since I left home, I've been homeless. That's how I would accumulate the time.
You said when you left home, like around 18,
Like
what was
14, 15.
14 to 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was your reasons for leaving home, if you don't mind me asking?
My mom put me out when I was 15.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. So was it a not following mom's directions type of deal?
My two sisters were physically handicapped, and I was mentally handicapped, but my mom couldn't see the mental handicap, so it became my anger issues became more than she could deal with, on top of the fact that my sister's physical handicaps. I had to go.
Okay. So you felt like your mother had too much on your plate to see, too much on her plate to see what you were going through?
It was too much for her to deal with, and she made a decision. It's as simple as that.
Oh, okay.
She had to choose them or me. I didn't appear to have anything wrong with me, and they did, so that's the choice she made.
So what is a typical day like for you out here?
Typical day is just waking up, going out, get on the corner, panhandling my change, getting a cup of coffee, my morning cigarette, accumulated some breakfast, chase after my morning buzz, try to make sure that my teammates okay and they've accumulated all the same things that they need, and try to find a shady spot to be till the sun passes.
Now you say your teammates. Who's your teammates?
My wife is out here. She's been out here the same amount of time I've been out here this time, almost 5 years.
So did y'all meet out here?
No, ma'am. I've known my wife my entire life.
You've known her all your entire life?
Yeah.
Amen. That's a blessing. It's a blessing to not be going through it alone. That's a good blessing. Amen. What challenges do you face daily?
What do you mean challenges? Like, how do you mean? What you mean?
Just any challenges of going on a day where you don't get any money from anybody. Having people that's I guess the people that rolled around, all the yelling, the ignorance of those people, any drug influences or anything.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Out here, the drugs aren't so much the pressure. We know what we want. We know where to find it, and most of us don't put ourselves in a position where we're going to hurt ourselves trying to get to what we're trying to accumulate. We just want what we want to have and go. So, and the people you will find for the majority of the part would rather ignore the fact that there's a person standing there than be aggressive with you or kind to you, one or the other, because either one would be a way for you to have a reason to reach back to them. And that's really not what they want. They genuinely don't want to have any contact with you whatsoever. And that's fine. I always say that a smile and a wave out there in that corner is more to me than $1. The cigarette's worth $1 million. So, look, my morning coffee and my morning cigarette worth more to me than my whole day's worth of drugs. So as long as I catch my cigarette and coffee, I'm good to go. Hey, this lady doesn't stop. Bought me breakfast, cigarette, and a coffee. Huh? You see, one blessing turned into another blessing, because whilst you were doing all that, I was able to take care of my teammates' business and my own, and still sit down and do this with you.
And I appreciate that.
You're very welcome.
I appreciate that.
So
I don't mind being a blessing, because you're being a very big blessing.
The challenges aren't so big when you really look at them. They're just the same thing that you have to deal with when you get up, get dressed, and come out here and look for the person who's going to do this job for you. Mm-hmm. It's not an easy thing, but you got to get and do it. It's not an easy thing, but I know I got to get and do it. So
I love
I don't
that.
treat this any differently than you treat that, except for 100 years ago, there were a group of people called nomads, and they didn't stay anywhere. They followed the food, the water, the herd. I feel like I'm that person. I live that way. Until something changes or something points me in a direction that I'm supposed to change, this doesn't feel like I'm doing anything more wrong than the next guy.
What are some common misconceptions people have about homelessness?
A very common misconception that a lot of people have is that I got a lot more money than I do. I promise you, I am not. My pants are on backwards, baby, because there's lint in my pockets, and I would like it to stay there. it's it's not as easy as it looks. It's no different than what you have to go through every day. You know, on your Friday when you miss Tuesday. Remember that day you missed Tuesday, and Friday came, and you were like, "Man, how the hell am I this many dollars short on my check?" And you seem to forget that you missed Tuesday completely. You did not go to work, so you did not make those hours. So that money did not go on your check. It's the same way. I don't get my ass up and come out here. I'm gonna miss 2 hours at 8 o'clock tonight when I'm short. Ain't got a cigarette or can't get a Dr. Pepper. Oh, I can't get my hit. Come on, man. Whose fault is that? You knew you were sitting on your ass those 2 hours. You knew you missed that time. You should have got up and went.
Right.
But since you chose to not do that, it's no different than your lifestyle inside. That's the misconception is it's not different. It's the same. Time taxes my ass the same as it does everyone else's.
Right. I like how you put it. Tom Texas my ass the
Same
same
as
way.
everyone else's. My ass does not get less tax because I'm out here and I don't have all these bills to pay. As a matter of fact, I'm chasing 24/7. I don't get that 8 hours a day to just.
Right.
So in the middle, that's the other misconception. It is a constant chase for me, but it's the same to trying to achieve the same goal.
What life lessons have you learned out here that you could share?
If you didn't come out here with somebody, if you didn't walk out your front door and land homeless with a family, do not try to build one out here. The people out here have been done wrong on so many levels. It's so wrong on so hard. You don't have anyone out here you can trust. Your best friend, the person you've been out here with 19 years, every single day, will need to get high one day. And you'll have the money to do it, and they won't, and they will take from you. They will. So if you don't bring your family with you out here, get the hell out of here the same way you came out here, alone. It's better for your long term that way.
That would be your piece of advice? Like, what would be your piece?
Your 10.
Say it again.
Stand on your 10. Don't give up. He has you, bro. Little sister, little brother, he has you. Don't ever forget he has you.
What do you think are the biggest mistakes some young people have today?
You feel like it's too easy. It should be hard. Everything should be a challenge. The fact that your parents gave you everything is a blessing, and it should be accepted that way. And the fact that you don't, man, you're gonna regret those things. That's the real. Do what they ask you to do. They asking for that reason. They've seen the bad. They missed that hump. If you hear it, you pay attention, you might miss it too.
So, reflecting on change, what do you think could have helped you avoid this situation?
If I had known how to ask for help when I felt like something was wrong. When I had felt like something was wrong, if I knew how to ask for help or who to ask for help, that would have been super beneficial.
Are there any resources or support systems that you believe would make a difference for people in your position?
We have a lot of small organizations around Spring and in Houston specifically. I don't know about other places. I've really never been anywhere else, but in Houston we have a lot of little organizations. There's some big ones, but NAM and Faith Under Bridges and those companies, those things like that, those organizations, those are people making an effective change. Yes, they have to use some resources from the state to keep themselves going, and that does kind of make some of us feel uncomfortable, but I assure you that their being here is more of a blessing than I've never seen. One time, have I ever seen any of the major homeless organizations come out here every single weekend and make sure that every one of us have a hot meal and a cold drink. Those little companies, those little organizations are the ones that are stinging that, making sure that happens. Faith Under Bridges and NAM, and you understand, the Houston organizations, the ones that are built on churches here. They are making a difference because they are touching all of us. They're not just trying to reach a whole big saying, hey, let me get a little money under my nonprofit.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How much help do you get from churches? Do you get a lot of help from churches?
A lot more than I do from the Salvation Army. Okay. I've never seen the Salvation Army come out here, bust out on the side of the road and say, are y'all hungry? Mm. Not one time have I ever seen that happen. And I know for a fact my dad gives people $1,000 a month.
But isn't that the people that come pick up the stuff from the donation station?
That is correct. No. They take all that right into that chicken strip places and sell it. I'm not even allowed to pick through it before they take it in there. I'm not even
That is crazy.
I'm not even so much. If you go and you look before you leave from here, you drive your car and your camera around and you look, it is set up in such a way that I can't even put my hands on the donated belongings before it gets into that building and gets situated and sold. Situated and sold. It's not donated. And I cannot go in there and ask them people, excuse me, but I'm wearing ladies' pants and a shirt that I've been in for 4 days. Can you help me? I can't do that.
Oh, wow.
And that's a major building on my block. I live here. I eat, sleep, and pay taxes here, just the same way everyone else does.
Now, that is crazy when it's literally right there.
Yeah, but hold on, watch this. You lean your head back just a little bit and you look right here. There's a weed shop. You see that? Right there. You see it slam SLAM?
Uh-huh.
Oh, right next to that's the police station. Huh, so I can have a weed shop next to the police station on my block, but I can't go into the Texas thrift store that's donated to every day by people in my block.
Right.
And get a pair of pants and shisha.
Oh, that's crazy.
Baby, this is how it is out here. But here, let me tell you something. You killing with kindness here. Smile on my face.
Right.
When you come out and you're looking all snobby because you got a job, baby girl, you one paycheck away from where I sleep.
Oh, amen.
And you will need me when you get out here. I assure you, because when the world starts to eat on you, you realize that I'm what you can trust. Oh, man. And then you can't trust me,
now,
too.
You say that again, because you just said a whole lot with saying a little. You just said from you just one paycheck away.
One paycheck away from being where I am. You're going to need me when you get out here. I don't need shit from you. Look, I can go get a front from my dope man, and the next lady's going to help me cover it. So you personally don't need a damn thing from. But if you end up out here, you going to need me. I know how to live, how to eat, how to sleep. I know where to live, where to live, where to eat, where to sleep. I don't need a fucking thing from you. Please remember, just like you don't need anything from me right now, I don't need anything from you right then. This can be a tit for tat. Just thank God that there are people like me out here who never treat another person that way. I don't care how they do it. I'll never. My name is Pop, P-O-P. If you look me up out here on the streets, everybody on the block from 249 to 405 will speak Pop Goon's name with pride. Because if you need something, food, drink, drugs, clothes, if he has it, go ask him, he got it. And he'll give it to you. No questions asked. Don't want nothing in return. This is my street. This is my place. And as long as I'm out here, I make sure that all of us have what we need.
But what kind of support do you think would be more helpful for someone trying to get back on their feet?
I don't really even know that because, to be honest, I don't want to try to speak over that, but I made a personal change when I stopped doing some of the other drugs that I was doing when I first got wrapped up out here. When I made that personal change to let some of those drugs go, it got clear. I need to leave from here and go back to the regular world I left from. But at the same time, I feel like I draw so much education and knowledge from being here that I would short myself something if I left so soon. I feel like I have a place in the next spot. This is my actual spot in the next jump, and most people don't ever get to realize that God put you someplace for a reason, and then you're gonna do something with that. I used to do a lot of hard drugs out here, and I got it down to 2, and then down to 1, and now I'm just steady scratching it, trying to get this 1 down.
Amen.
But after giving up 5 very, very hard drugs, including methamphetamine and crack cocaine,
Still a blessing.
you heard what I said? Instead,
Still
I'm
a
still
blessing.
trying,
We
and
claim
I'm
them
still
all.
gonna stand on top of this and say, God damn, bro, keep your chin on the ground and know He's got you, bro. This is my next step. See, He said, you're gonna have to separate from your teammate. I'm doing that. I'm teaching her how to stand on her 10 because I'm fixing to have to go stand on mine by myself. Something else has to happen. You live in one way and I don't want to live that way no more. I don't love you less. It's just time for a change.
It ain't nothing wrong with that.
You good?
Change could be so good sometimes.
That song Michael Jackson sang, The Man in the Mirror. Look up the verse. Look up the words. Don't listen to the song. Read the words.
Oh, yeah.
You read the words at the end of the song. If you don't have tears in your eyes, you're not a human being. I don't care what kind of human you are, good or bad, right or wrong, murderer, drug dealer, rapist. If you read the lyrics to that song, front to back, if you aren't having tears in your eyes when you read the last words, you're not human. Our souls can't take it. That's the truth. You have to change it yourself. And you gotta start right here.
Do you have any talents or skill you would like to share?
My mechanics are what keep me busy.
Okay, so what would be your hopes for the future?
I'm fixing to try to get an 18-wheeler, bro. I want to go to driving school. I read somewhere once that an adult American bald eagle lives 100 years or has an opportunity to live 100 years. But at the age of 50, he has to make a choice because his claws are bending over from age and his beak is getting weak and his eyesight's getting sore. So he has to decide if he's going to live the next 50 years or die the next 50 years. What's his choice going to be? I'm going to live my next 50 years. Did you hear what I said? And I speak that to everyone who lives on this planet. Live in your next 50 years. My brother was alive one day. In the blink of an eye, the next morning he was gone. Just like that. Don't be sorry. That's how God makes you understand His system. Please don't be sorry for me. Be sorry for the losses people that don't understand. This is not our choice anymore. All these compromises you're trying to make, all this. Bro, y'all better read the story of Jacob. You better understand what Jacob did to God and what God did to Jacob. Then you will know. This ain't no easy place to be. This is supposed to be hard. You're supposed to have trials and tribulations. I'm putting the Son of Man is going to be born through your bloodline. You better be able to stand on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.